Yeah, you know, following a widely circulated report that a Nigerian journalist bagged a degree in a Benin Republic university in an unimaginable 6 weeks, the federal government has hinted on evaluating and accrediting degrees and certificates from universities in Benin Republic. But the president of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, in Benin Republic, Favour Ugochukwu, thinks the federal government should exercise restraint because about 15,000 Nigerian students in the former French colony would be affected. Well, it makes you wonder if we are not paying a high price for making our country a highly certificated society.
You see, I first of all need to commend the journalist. Yeah, you know, he has brought back again. Well, a lot of organizations have been doing a lot of, even including TVC here, you know, a lot of investigative work. This one is super. And I really commend, you know, the media outfit. This crime is not a new crime. I
hear it's been there.
It's been going on for long. And don't forget, it's not just that they produce engineers, they produce probably lawyers. They also produce nurses. I've seen some certificates, people send it to me that they're looking for a job. Say nurses from Cotonou and
don't forget the last DG, Firo.
Yeah.
That was where you
it's you know,
under which you wanted to write to present a PhD.
So this is a big problem. It's a transborder crime that involves students, involves university lecturers. It's a ring. It involves the NYSC, because if somebody brings a certificate to you from Cotonou, the NYSC should have investigated before, you know, allocate to primary. Yeah. It involves immigration for the stamp, for the passport to be stamped, you know. And then will you ask yourself, what is the work of Nigerian Intelligence Agency, which is supposed to deal with intelligence, you know, cross-border intelligence? These are the kind of things that I expect them to furnish the federal government with this information, and not to wait for one individual journalist.
We just showed a specimen.
And what is
that's the certificate.
What is the work of Interpol? You know, Interpol, International Police, and we have segments of Interpol in Nigeria. These are the kind of things they need to furnish Nigeria and the Nigerian government with. That, look, this is what is going on. So if not for this journalist, you know, we would have been living in the dark. You know, people collect, and I'm sure that a lot of people are occupying strategic positions as we speak, who are graduates of this fake university.
While there's a cause for it, we became heavily certificated. Because Dickbo knows, if you want a BSc degree, they will take you to a room, give you a bottle of beer, go to the backyard, cook it, and give you. If you want a master's degree.
It means a tailor can easily become a nurse in 2 weeks and begin to treat people.
It's one of the things I like about journalism. Certificates, yes, but if you can't write, you can't hide anywhere. If you can write.
If you know day, you know day.
You know day. If you know the body, you know the body. That's one of the good things. But in areas such as medicine, where you have doctors, nurses, it's dangerous to our health. It's dangerous to our health. Like you said, yes, we should have been able to get some intelligence on these things. I completely agree with that. But at the same time...
Quickly, let me ask so I don't forget. Is government right in taking this decision?
For now, yes. This blanket ban is good.
Okay.
So we can now go back
to the drawing board, as they say.
Yes, to sort out the
sift the wheat from the chaff.
So that we can get to know those who are actually doing what they ought to do. Because like the NANS president said, if you do it blanket, and then everybody who has a certificate from that place can't do anything, then you are punishing those who got it genuinely. I know that a lot of parents, once they can't get admission in Nigeria, they ship their words off to Togo, Benin Republic, and some Ghana. Because there are schools like that too in Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, there are schools like that too in Ghana. And that's why the Minister of Education added Kenya and Uganda. because we are bringing in a lot of certificates from there. The African countries that are good, at least we have our people out. In some other countries that people will think, why are they there? Sudan, medicine, Ukraine, medicine, Russia, medicine. Those are good. They are good schools here. But it's not as if also in those countries don't have these other ones. It's not as if in Nigeria we also don't have them. Some schools have been blacklisted by the NUC because once students get in, all that they do is they have paid so much money. And like we say in our own days, let them go. Just push them out. They push them out. I've had course in the last 5-7 years to work with some people from private universities, and I felt ashamed because these were people who came out with good grades.
Yeah.
And then some, maybe I'm driving and something breaks. I need to quickly get some things out. What they are going to send to you, even you that you dictated it, will not recognize it again. When they write, you have to sit down with them and say, come and tell me this thing that you have written. It's your mouth. So that I can rewrite. Do
you know, 2 days ago, we got talking about yesteryear, school and schooling. Yeah. Writing was a subject. Yeah. Dictation was a subject. Yeah. Reading was a subject.
Yes.
They are not there anymore.
It's gone. What we do now is just everybody come to the class. You teach them and everybody goes home. And then the way we have been complaining, we put too much burden on our lecturers, even within here, because we do not have enough room for students. We don't have enough universities. When we put such burdens on them, how do they interact with the papers of the students, with the scripts? Because maybe in my own time, I knew that all the lecturers, they knew virtually everybody. One by one. They could tell you,
the class was
if you copy somebody's work.
The class was sizable.
Yes. So. It was sizable. That's the point. They could tell you if you copy somebody's work during exam that, no, you didn't write this. Who did you copy? And they can tell from the tone, from the language, that this is the fellow you copied. Yeah. But all that is gone. All that is gone. Even at the level of taking WASC, West African Senior Secondary School, you have parents influencing things, paying money to people to write. Yeah. So how do such students go into universities to perform?
So how do you react when you hear things like, what I suffered, may my children not suffer it? Don't you hear such things?
I hear such things, but sometimes it depends on what you mean by that kind of, the kind of sovereignty they are talking about. But if it's about having rigorous education,
that's it most of the time.
Education, read and understand, you have universal knowledge, going to universities to acquire universal knowledge. Yeah. I think every child deserves to pass through that rigor if you really want to get the best out of them. What has happened, we are talking about, has exposed the crisis of Nigerian educational system that has been internationalized. Because what is happening in Benin Republic, there may be other universities here doing the same thing. It's not just Benin Republic alone. So we need to find out, it's not just about Benin Republic.
In Nigeria, Dikpo Wale are glorified secondary schools.
That's if they are no longer glorified primary schools.
Okay.
That's if they are not now. Because some secondary schools are better than universities. I say this to my wife often. I say sometimes.
Is your wife a teacher?
No, she read linguistics.
Okay.
I say sometimes, when you speak...
Look at that certificate.
It looks very beautiful. When you speak with a primary 6 or secondary school graduate, let me use that word graduate, of those days, they are more intelligent than people that have been produced in our universities. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I've been telling this to some of our colleagues in journalism. I've been saying this in the last 10 years, that when our own generation of journalists leave, you won't find replacement very soon. Because, like you said, make my pikin no go through what I go through. It has damaged the country. People don't want to work.
Has.
You have people
It has.
who I've had people who will call me and say, how do we make money in journalism? They're not even working yet.
Yeah.
That is their
But
issue.
so
How do we
that's
make
why
money?
he went to school, to make money.
To make money, but not to work to make the money. It's just show me where to go and grab the money.
If tell them where NNPC did.
Even in NNPC, if you are an engineer, you must still go to the oil rig to go and do something.
Let's take it home. Benin Republic is the metaphor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So there may be others.
Yes.
Benin
Yes.
Republic, Togo. The president of NANS in Benin Republic is saying, if federal government does not suspend the evaluation of certificates, about 15,000 students would suffer.
Well, I think for now, just like my colleague said, what the federal government has done is the right thing to do. First, put a ban, then begin investigation to now sieve the grain from the chaff. There are about 825 programs in Benin Republic and about 37 universities. So the government needs to do thorough investigation. So at the end of the day,
Not to say there aren't good.
there are good universities.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, for instance, Ghana has some of the best universities.
Yeah.
University of Legon, East Coast University.
But
you know,
for
standard
even
universities
all you
that
know,
can
this
meet
same
any-
university that issued this certificate could be running a proper program.
Yes.
But they just wanted to make money quickly
Yes.
from this one.
They see Nigerians
no,
that are.
How do you get a degree in 6 weeks?
Well,
We didn't even register.
It-
No registration, no application. Just go and pay money and then, you know, it's a big crisis.
even for him to go in and out, claim to have gone in and out,
Yes.
they had to pay for it to
to get his passport stamped.
Meaning that he never left
So
Nigeria.
it's the height of corruption which symbolizes the situation we are in Nigeria. You know, and the president of this country now will understand more about the challenge that he faces in tackling the problem of corruption. Not just about politicians stealing money. You know, corruption has become a way of life. So in tackling corruption, it has to be a multidimensional approach. We have to stop the way our judgment, our way of life must be addressed.
All right.
Like we even said, look at the case of the last Favour DG.
Yeah.
Even at that level,
Yeah.
you are still going to one university in Benin Republic
Yeah.
to go and collect the certificate to come and give to ensure that you become.
Yeah, because
it's
we
sickening
opened
at that level.
We opened the gate at that level for it to happen. Yeah. Our job is almost done.
Yeah.
2024 is a leap year,
It is
so I'm particularly happy for those born on February 29th.
29. Yes. We are going to have parties this year.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Once in 4 years.
Once in 4 years. Okay.
So I'm happy for them.
All right, folks. That will just about do it for today.